اه بدل.
Have you ever fired up your car's engine and went to breathe from its exhaust? I personally haven't done it before. Can you imagine how many cars on Earth are in 2020? According to the most recent estimate, there are 7.6 billion operating cars on Earth. All of these cars produce greenhouse gases that affects our atmosphere and the air we breathe from. Today, I will be talking about all the electric operating cars and what we should do into consideration. Telling people that buying an electric car is a way to start a fight about climate change. It's pretty reliable way to start an argument in some circles. People will say that you will burn fossil fuels with an electric cars, but it also happens at the power plant instead of the engine. While that is the least partially true over their lifespan, electric cars don't consume anywhere near the fossil fuel that gas powered cars do. Especially in the United States, electricity is getting cleaner at all times, and you can barely notice the difference and how few variable can keep in mind. Uh, the average pure gasoline cars goes about 22 miles per gallon, but that's just an average. Some goes 22 miles and other goes 50. The fuel efficiency hits higher highs and low lows. Uh, on the other hand, the major complicating factor here is electricity, and where you live determine how clean your electricity is coming from. Alternatively, hydrogen fuel vehicles are normal looking vehicles that you might see on a highway or on your street. And instead of the gasoline, it uses hydrogen to operate. And there is a tank that contains pressured gas hydrogen in a liquid state. This hydrogen will get into a mix with oxygen that will mix that mixture will create an electrochemical reaction that will advance electricity into the electric motor to generate energy and operate vehicles. The electric motor will generate electricity to the battery cells to save and reuse the energy when it's needed. Donwell and Amos in their research found that how sustainability is starting to use hydrogen as as they mentioned, hydrogen has the potential to deliver substantial sustainability benefits over the status quo or business as usual futures, but the hydrogen is not automatically sustainable option. Carbon emissions are single most important dimension of sustainability. But that's issue other than carbon and cost need to be considered if hydrogen is truly to deliver greater sustainability. That's what McDowell said in 2007. Furthermore, the sustainability in California has been developed to find a new way to use renewable sources of produce energy. Many people think that hydrogen is becoming an element that will be used in the near future. The only thing about the hydrogen fuel cell vehicle is that it is too expensive compared to family sized vehicles. A research provided by a journalist and global economist uh, consultant, Matt Mossman, indicated that countries could use electricity produced by renewable sources, for example, to produce hydrogen, through a process called electrolysis that will split water into hydrogen and oxygen and store the hydrogen for the use of power resources when wind power and solar are in short supply. Brown and his colleagues said 100% renewable energy scenarios. To conclude all this speech, hydrogen is a new sustainable source of energy that we should use in the following years, and more efficient and reliable than any operating vehicle type. Also, we have to remind ourselves how much of assistance and rebate we can get from manufacturers and state and governments through this type of cars. And we need to save the environment. We definitely need to save the environment. We don't want our kids to walk in the streets with oxygen tanks on their backs. As we see ourselves in 2020 due to COVID-19, we are wearing masks wherever we go. We're wearing gloves and everything to just stay alive. Let's hope to not accelerate what is bad for us and bad for our kids. Thank you so much for listening to me, and I hope you enjoyed the speech. Thank you.